surface level is what's said. But I'm really interested in the unsaid, and I'm more interested in the deeper structure of the thinking. And I might be going too deep. You know, there's a lot to be said, here's the script, say that, but it's not going to work for you. So what I'm caring about is underneath, what are the unwritten ground rules around here about what people, I'll be really blunt, feel they can get away with, feels okay to talk about, to disrespect, so, to not be part of, to rebel against, when it's quite clear we're here to do blah, and they feel it's more than okay to talk about blah, blah, and blah. And I'm like, I'm trying to learn how much of that is going on. I want that information. I really want it, because the more I see a disconnect between what is agreed, the written ground rules, and what actually happens, the unwritten ground rules, the more I'm going to learn culturally, we've got a mess. And so the more we've got that mess, the more my work's got to be on a cultural level, and performance won't flow until the energy's flowing that direction. So the performance will just resist, we'll mess it up, we'll go another direction, we'll do something else, because up until now, that's been fine. Around here, the boss doesn't really watch what I'm doing, or no one really minds, or they tell you one thing and then you do another. So the more of that I'm hearing, which is really what I'm assessing when I have these purpose conversations, the more this gap is growing. And so it just chalks up in my mind, I've got a bigger problem than I thought I had. Things are worse than I thought they'd be. And this gap, this abyss between the way the organization is seeing itself and the way these people within the team are interpreting what's going on, that gap, I got to close that gap before this matches what happens, before our purpose gets to be fulfilled. Now, and then I'm not dealing with it directly with the person. You don't, inverted commas, those of you who are high energy, want to get to the point kind of people, you don't take anyone head on around it. I was ready to take Margaret on when she said there was a they. And I wanted to know if I was a they, because them and us is a big problem in an organization. They are to blame, it's not us. Right there, I already know I've got a major violation in terms of healthy cultures. There's no them and us. There's us moving in the same direction or us moving in different directions. And it creates these gaps, it creates these canyons between groups of people. And unless I close all of that and bring it all together so everyone's facing the same direction, people are just going to infight and undermine me. And I'm going to inherit the mess, and I'm going to maintain the mess, because I'm going to turn a blind eye to these differences in how things are and how they should be. Now, where we're going to get to is, I am going to decide how things will be, with their help, the most functional answers I can come up with them. I want functionality, I want ideas that are going to move us forward, I want ideas that are aligned with our actual purpose, we will get to that. And any idea that supports that, I'm going to include in the mix. But I am going to be the leader who is going to say, eventually, not in the first meeting, but after a number of these experiences, the purpose of the marketing team is to drive the best quality, most qualified leads into the organization that convert at the highest rate and stay for the longest. That is the purpose of our department. That's what we do. That's what we're driven to do every single day, or a version of that. And then there might be some pushback, but by then they've had enough experience of me challenging some little things around the edges, like when I said, am I a they? I would do lots of those little challenges on the disrespectful comments or the comments that suggest division, that people start getting the message. Be around Sharon, she's kind of no nonsense. If you're around her and you start paying out on someone, it's not going to go well, or whatever that version of how they talk about me goes, so that when they come to me, they know it's going to be a straight conversation.